Not that one.
Not that one. That one.
I want that one. Cheers. Cheers. Hi, I'm Slack, this is Tony, and welcome to Small Vlog, where we're going to chat crap about vaping. So, we spend most of our time chatting about vaping, or computer games, or sort of music and stuff, but...
Get lost! Come on! Get lost! I'm pushing useless. Come on! It's running out! Let's go! Hey, stop screaming in my ear, damn
There's
it!
a lot of vape videos out there, vape blogs and everything. One thing I notice is generally done by one person, and you know what I noticed from chatting with Tony is that our views are quite different on things. Some stuff we like equally and some stuff we hate where the other person likes it. So I think it's going to be good to have a bit of an objective viewpoint on stuff. So, Tony, when did you get into vaping? How long ago? And what was the reason?
It was a year and a half ago, February sort of time. I went down with bronchitis again, yearly occurrence, and after it took me down, I just thought this is enough. Can't keep on. It's too much. So yeah, I just started vaping, started getting seriously into e-cigarettes. I'd already been vaping sort of 5 months previous to that, so you know I knew sort of like the basics and what to do and what not to do. But it was only we were starting out with the small Ego batteries. Anyway, how did you get into vaping?
Yeah, so while smoking, looking for an alternative, because I wanted to give up smoking. You know, cigarettes weren't really doing me any favours health-wise, and ended up getting the Cigalike type device years ago now. I don't know.
Shit.
It's probably about 7 years, something like when I got my first Cigalike device.
Yeah, so that's like one of the first sort of Cigalites.
It was early, but so yeah, Cigalites came about in 2006. That was when they sort of properly popped up on the market. I would have been after that, but yeah, it was still fairly early, to the point where, you know, when you went to a nightclub and you were vaping one of them outside, people were like, what the hell is that, you know? Didn't understand. And it was quite funny because my original one had an orange tip and looked just like a cigarette, so it's quite funny to take a drag on it and then just pop it in your shirt pocket and people would freak out. They're like, what are you doing? But yeah, health-wise, I had a lot of problems with my lungs and just feeling unwell all the time, post-glandular fever syndrome and stuff, and yeah, cigarettes were knackering me up. I haven't really had any problems with the e-cigarettes in whatever capacity since I've been on it. I don't pretend for a minute that they're going to be healthy for you, you know, not multivitamins, but at the same time, you know, I feel a lot better in myself. My lungs work a lot better. I go running with the dog, and yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do half that sort of stuff that I'm up to now when I was smoking cigarettes. You know, used to run for like 10 metres and you get a burning pain in your lungs. Now I can do at least, you know, 15. So much better, much better. So yeah, I started off on Cigalikes, and I was on them for years, and that helped me actually give up smoking. And then it was after you got into the sort of Evo battery style, I ended up getting that is the path to, and this is much better than the Cigalike ones, and from there you just start getting into all different flavours because you're not limited by the pre-filled cartridges, and the obsession has grown from there, really.
Because it is addictive.
Yeah, it is, in the same way that
not as much as nicotine.
Yeah, definitely not the nicotine.
But
it's like today, it's now what, 6 in the evening, and I only just started vaping about an hour ago. So you know, it's not physically addictive like the cigarettes I found, but the stuff and you know, just the whole scene, if you were, yeah, that's pretty addictive. It's pretty cool. But I'm like that with everything though, computer parts especially, music instruments, you know, everything, photography stuff, everything I get into, I can't just have a thing, I have to have like all the things.
The best.
Not necessarily the best, because I'm pretty cheap as well, I'm fairly frugal, so you know, I wouldn't say the best, but I like certainly looking at the best, you know, seeing what's out there. Yeah, so after smoking the Cigalike ones for years, and you'd been into the Ego
batteries
for a bit, I ended up going into a Vision Spinner 2014 battery with a Kanger Pro Tank Mini on it, and that was great because being able to pick your own flavours compared to just the pre-filled cartridges that tasted horrible. It was brilliant, and the vapour production, it was more like smoking. You got more sort of pleasing hit from it, and from there you start getting into all of the different batteries and tanks and the whole scene really. It's quite addictive. Do you find?
I do. The combinations and tanks, batteries, atomizers, rebuildables, building your own coils. I mean, you start out at the beginning and you're like, yeah, this is good, I like it. But then, if you're like us, you start researching it a little bit more.
A lot.
Looking at a few videos on YouTube.
A lot.
And you just start thinking, that looks really awesome. We can do that. And we did, and we liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I get quite addicted to stuff. You vape all the time?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, because I treat it like a replacement to cigarettes. And I mean, with cigarettes, I used to be sort of out the door going to work, and I'd have my first cigarette on the way to work. So pretty much when you get up, have your first cup of coffee, you always want a cigarette with a cup of coffee. I always did.
Yeah, I wouldn't smoke for the first couple of hours I was up when even when I was heavy smoking. Didn't like it the way it sat on the lungs. I mean, I could vape when I got up because it doesn't sit heavy on the lungs in the same way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just don't feel the need to. It doesn't really cross my mind. Sometimes when the traffic's bad on the way to work, hit it in the morning just for something to do. Make the journey a bit more pleasant. But
it is only when you think about it, though.
Yeah.
In as much as cigarettes was.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not addicted. Like if I couldn't vape for a couple of
quit
days,
any time
I
you
could
like.
stop any time. No, but if I went a couple of days without it, that would be fine. But it's like going a couple of days without drinking tea. Why would I want to do that?
Exactly.
So, but what I do find addictive is all the different stuff you can get, all the different flavours that are out there, just the whole community of it. It really is, and it's really interesting going into like vape shops or talking on vape forums and stuff. The people are so friendly and so helpful. I mean, you go into any other shop and people are just full of shit, and they don't care whether you buy stuff or not, and they don't care whether you get the right thing. Whereas the vape community, it's crazy. You go into like a vape shop and other customers start offering you advice, they start showing you their setup. You get in a PC world and it's just like full of idiots that don't know anything. Sorry, PC world.
Not really. Not really sorry.
Yeah.
Not really sorry.
But they'll just try and sell you the most expensive thing, even if it's not what you want.
Exactly.
We're vape community, it's just so cool, so nice. Whether it's just because it's a new community and it hasn't been sort of bogged down with industry or something yet. It's.
I don't know. For me personally, I mean, not so much vape shops, but I mean, I had a plumber come round.
Start of a movie. I'll
Ding
see
dong.
that one.
All right, so I had a plumber come around the other day to have some work done in the bathroom. Fucking hell, that sounds so wrong.
There's something wrong with your plumber.
That is really bad. Okay, so I had a plumber come round the other day, and I've got some work that needs to be done, and he's a smoker. He's sort of mid-40s, and he'd been a smoker for 30 odd years, and I had this new little toy, and he took a big interest in it, and he kept saying to me, I mean, because we were having a conversation about it, like, I've been thinking about getting in it myself and this, that and the other, and I said, well, here you go, just have a tug on it, and oh, fuck!
Well, I was going to let that one slide as well.
I can't, isn't the, just like, I offered, I didn't offer it to him, fuck!
I'll give you one.
But I said, here, have a go on this. Here, have a go on this. And he did, and he's like, oh, that's oh, fuck
what a
me!
lovely tea party.
What is wrong? There's no non-saucy way to say this. It doesn't help that he's a plumber.
It's the start of most pornos.
It really
Let's
is.
get over that. Let's keep
I
going.
mean, I've just put some sausages in there and it's complete.
And then he coughed and they fell out.
Oh shit!
Anyway, cut to the chase. He had a go on your stick.
Really liked it,
Yeah.
and yeah, no. Came back for seconds. Oh, what a lovely tea party!
Already did that.
I know, it was so important. I thought it needed another one.
That's what he said.
Oh shit! This is staying in the video, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, but in all seriousness, I mean, I've never historically been that sort of person to sort of like go out of my way helping other people. But when it comes to quitting cigarettes, I find it's fucking important for everyone to get off of cigarettes because of the shit that goes in them. It just fucks us up.
Yeah, I mean, last time I checked, there was like 60 known toxins that are carcinogens in cigarettes. I mean, that's crazy, and they're complaining about what goes into these. I mean, PG, VG, and a little bit of flavouring. That's, you know, food safe. And yeah, sure, there's probably some dodgy stuff out there in the world, and I don't pretend that it's healthy, but we know that cigarettes are really bad for you.
It has been proven.
Yet they're still on sale.
They will kill you.
Yeah.
They contain everything necessary to do you harm.
I mean, the government's going on about banning, you know, e-cigarettes or limiting it, restricting it, and
Well, they're trying to make it. This is all to do with the TDP. I don't know if we're going in that with the first one.
not too hard. No.
No.
Yeah, they want to ban, you know, e-cigarettes, restrict it. Yet they're not banning something that they know is really, really bad for you. They just put tax on it, so they make a profit from it. Yet they want to talk about e-cigarettes being a problem.
Yeah.
I just don't get that. You know, this is taxed. You buy something in the UK,
Value-added tax.
Yeah, it has VAT. It has tax, like because you're buying a thing. The same as if you're buying like cake or something.
Don't
you
be
know?
under any illusions though. They're not getting the same sort of revenues from
Definitely
that
not.
that they would get from cigarettes.
Definitely not. But why tax that? Why not carrots? You know.
Because of the numbers of people. I mean, everyone buys carrots, whereas the vaping community is still relatively small.
Exactly. So put a small tax on carrots, and then you have your money, right?
They wouldn't be able to deal with the public outcry.
Yeah, but
Because
it's supposed to be okay to
All the supermarkets would say, sorry, the price of carrots has gone up, but there's nothing we can do about it because the government has put the price up. And then everyone would say, well, why? Why carrots?
Same deal. Why this? You know.
Because the community is smaller.
Yeah.
So if there's less of an outcry, then they'll be able to get away with it.
Yeah, maybe. It's wrong though. It is wrong. So I mean, going forward, what we're going to be talking about is just the cool stuff that's out there that you can buy, stuff that we're interested in, stuff that we like. Yeah, as Tony and I spend quite a lot of time just chatting about vaping stuff. We're quite into buying random vaping stuff, and we spend a lot of time comparing each other's. Thought I'd just slide that in there, see how it went. Yeah, we figured that we'd probably make a really mature vaping blog, you know, where we can do product reviews, because I like looking at product reviews on YouTube, but the only problem I have, well actually there's a couple of problems I have with other people's vaping reviews. Firstly, they'll get like one product which is, you know, like just a mod or something, and they'll take half an hour telling you 2 minutes worth of information. Now that's fine, I don't mind a half an hour video, but just don't fill it with boring patter that is like talking the same thing, like it has a wooden battery thing and you take it off and you put it on and then you take it off and you put it on, when you can just say it once. And I think that's, for me, what led me to want to get into doing a vlog about it, because I spend a lot of time each day looking at stuff that's out there for sale, you're buying new crap, you know, just sort of trying it out, and yeah, putting that into a constructive sort of forum I think would be good. While we're chatting crap now, because it's not about a thing, I think aiming to keep reviews to a sort of minimum where it's accurate and, you know, it gives you all the information you want, but without tons and tons of just nonsense. Actually, no, there will be lots of nonsense. But padding, there we go.
There we go.
Padding. We don't
Not so
want
much
padding.
nonsense.
No nonsense.
No
Lots of nonsense. No padding.
Not the right, not that sort of nonsense.
The other thing I hate about vaping videos is how people look when they're vaping. So I hate how I look when I'm vaping. There's no way of looking cool when you're vaping. You know, one of the things I used to say about smoking, the good thing about it was makes you look cool. Vaping, it doesn't really, but it is cool. Yeah, I like vaping. I think it's great. But no one looks cool vaping. You know, there's a few different vaping techniques out there. You've got the sort of stare off into space. A lot of people do that. Some people do the quite aggressive vape at the camera. But no matter how you do it, it just looks a bit weird. But it is cool. So anyway, in the future we'll bring you some reviews of stuff and our opinions on them. One thing that I think is going to be good is me and Tony have got quite different opinions on some stuff. Some stuff we're in complete agreement, other stuff we're at opposite ends of the spectrum. At the moment, my sort of go-to tank, the Smok RSBT, I really like. It's really good. Tony hates it because he thinks it's a shoddily built piece of crap. To have it, I have to have it upside down in storage, otherwise it leaks. However, the flip side to that is that when you're vaping it, you get the flavour and the sort of vapour you do usually with a dripper, which is really cool. So, you know, pros and cons. And I think exploring stuff like that, you know, where we see differences, it is going to be good.
And it should make good videos.
Yeah, great.
We hope.
videos. Yeah. Right, so there it is. Thanks for watching Smog Vlog, and until next time. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's my tank on your battery.
what flavour?
Don't know. There it is.
Yeah, that doesn't like 30. Let's bring that down to 24. No, that's still too fucking harsh.